Okay, so I'm going to show you how I would do the proportions of the face. First of all, when you've got a pencil, make sure it's a nice sharp pencil. And I'm not really going to draw out the proportions first. You can draw the grids. You know, if I was going to do that, I would just do it by hand like this, just getting rough measurements. You can use a ruler if you wish to. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw in the head nice and lightly, then the neck. Okay, now this is the woman picture, so it will probably end up being a little bit masculine. That means like a man, because that's what I am, and we always tend to end up drawing ourselves. But if you notice, I'm just mapping it in very lightly, trying to get all those things in the right place. Just down here to the chest area, then here, fairly quickly moving on. She's got a slight slope to her hips, so I'm going to draw just a line there just to get that right. Then the shape of the hips here, she's got slightly different shaped hips there because she's leaning onto that one. But most importantly, if you notice that I'm drawing quite lightly, and then down towards where the knees are. Now I shortened that a bit there, so if you get the proportions wrong with the lines, then go with what you know. Okay, so I knew that that was wrong, so I've just lengthened it a bit. I don't need to do short, stubby legs because I've drawn the lines in the wrong place. You just change the lines. Now I've got the calf muscles there, like so, and then the feet, just block those in. Again, drawing very lightly. The foot area there, that will do. She's got quite chunky thighs on there, but I can always, because I haven't drawn it too heavily, thin the lines out a bit. She's got a line here. That's where the knees start, and the main thing I'm doing is keep looking at the drawing that I'm working from, or the picture, whatever it might be. Look at what you're drawing from, almost more than what your drawing is. So I've got the calves there. Doing mine fairly quickly. You can take your time a lot more, but even if you're doing it sort of fairly slowly, work around the picture. So I'm going back to the arms now. I'm going to put them in, okay, because I've got the middle bit. And I always say to people when you're drawing, particularly people, portraits, anything like that, is draw from the inside outwards. So I started off with the arms, but then I moved back to here because I need to get this lot right before I start working on the arms, and they're not quite right. So I need to emphasize that. You notice that hip there, I made it a slightly darker line because I'm happier with it now. I'm a little bit more secure, confident that that line is correct now. So I'm going to do that. Now the arms, I'm going to just again not draw too much, not commit myself, to almost like feel it out first. There's the elbow there, and I'm just going to put that there. I'm going to jump down to where the hand is now, and I've got this hand. I'm just going to do very basic sort of hands because they're quite tricky to do. So you know, if you find them hard to do, then just block them in like I'm doing here. Again, I say to a lot of people, probably said to some of you already, that you can get away with a lot in drawing if it looks confident. A lot of things are actually wrong. If you do it with confidence, you get away with it, even though it's wrong. So that hand there, technically, not quite right, but you guys probably think it's accurate because I did it with confidence. Last little bit. Now again, I'm going to jump down to the hands. Key thing on the hands, when you put them down by your sides, and you can check this with yourself, they're not right up here, they're almost down towards your knees. If you actually look at them, they're quite a lot longer than you might think. So do as a little test for yourselves, just stand with your hands down and then just touch the sides of your thighs and just see how far down they are, and then look at it. It's a lot longer, a lot further away than you might think. Okay, so I nearly got that there, and now I would probably work on the face now, because I've got, don't forget, this is going above, That's where her face is just touching here, so I've done it too small. There, knocking the face in here. I've got the hair, so here, there she goes. She's starting to look fairly okay now. I wasn't sure when I first started, but you know what, if it goes wrong, it's a drawing, it's not life or death. So you guys are, you know, head's probably wrong there, you know, but here we go. So I'm just changing that. That makes the thing. I'm going to go with what I think, which is there. I think that's wrong. Yeah, as I say, you know, if it goes wrong, you guys are just practicing, so don't get too upset. And you're at home, it's difficult. So here we go. There. Just finishing with that. And then I can add in the, you know, features now. And as you can see, I'm starting to make that a lot more bold now and darkening it down because I'm confident with what I've just drawn. And that is actually one of the key things for you guys, is to hold back on pressing too hard. And it's one of the things that Year 7s particularly find the most difficult, is they press heavily, really heavily. And that makes your drawings much more difficult to correct if they need it. So there, probably the hips are too wide. I'm going to narrow her hips down. There she goes. She's just lost about 10 pounds, but that's gone wrong there. But you can see, hopefully, the general idea. Okay, so that's what you would do. I would carry on with that and make it better. But as I say, use these guidelines as a guide, not as the master. You know, you work around it and use that to help you draw better. Okay, so yeah, lots can be done on that, but you can see the general idea. So hopefully that's useful. Have a go yourselves, both genders, yeah? So do one female, one male, and you need to label it.